Ilford is home to me. To be honest, it's still something that I'm kind of being mindful of. For me, a home is so new. Like for me, London is more of a home, but now realizing like Ilford is my home is a different concept. And through this project is something definitely that I'm willing to learn and kind of reflect, like how has it become my home. My parents immigrated from the Philippines to here, and yeah, ever since moving to London, it's definitely the longest borough that I've stayed on, and I think it's just been the home that I've just naturally known. Ilford itself is just very more diverse, and I think at the beginning, you know, like a few years before, like Ilford is something more like accessible to live in, regarding like, you know, the rents, the diversity in the culture, and I think that's what really attracted them to the area. And you know, it's very much on the rise right now, but I think that's what initially made them come here. I think it's just the culture, the diversity, but also its accessibility to like the rest of London. And I think that's what I really wanted to bring into my design. I really wanted to, you know, like represent Ilford, but also represent my heritage. And it's something that I'm like learning to do and be proudful of, and I really wanted to encompass those and like blend into one. So one of my rings, there's actually flowers attached on top of it. Our national flower of the Philippines, but also one of the flowers, because there's two of them, is actually Valentine's Park as well. Yeah, so one of the flowers, the national flowers, is called the Sampaguita, which is like white flowers as well, and you could actually see similar flowers within Valentine's Park, which I found like, you know, amazing to like combine those into the design.
I like a lot of Islamic art. I like things to flow and have symmetry. So I think, and obviously Ilford Exchange, the mall has a heart within its logo on the mall at the top, if you notice. So I thought somehow to incorporate that heart look inside the pendant that I'm doing. So yeah, so I mean, and the stones that I've used are signifying like part of my heritage as well. So I've used like the greens and the reds and stuff. So because I'm from Bangladesh originally, my parents are from there, and yeah, I just like to use those sort of colours and that sort of design from the Islamic art as well. I put the 4 hearts as a petal to symbolise as well my 4 children. So it's a bit of everything, having them there as well inside the pendant. Having the connection as well, where they've connected with the stones and the colours. I think that's what highlighted it for me. Like putting those colours in was important as well, because that's the colours of our flag of Bangladesh as well. The gold, obviously, from the South Asian community is very important to us. Mothers give them to their children when they have young children. We give them as gifts. When we get married, we get it from our husbands as well. So gold is a very important part of our identity. So I think when we're dressing up, we like our jewels, we like our colours within our jewellery as well. So yeah, using gold as the pendant was something that's cultural as well, and it's our heritage that I thought was a good way of showing in the pendant.
Valentine's Park is so integral to me as a person. Having that central part to my design, that's what I wanted to sort of be my main focal point. But then to have all this interesting connectivity. For me, in my design, I wanted to have that element of we're all different, but we're all the same. We're all human beings. So my circles represent us as human beings, and the different sizes and the angles that you would look at them represent all the different walks of life coming together in this central hub, if you like.
The reason for the design of my ring, so I always wear a lot of jewellery anyway, and I think of jewellery as a way of expressing one's, I guess, aesthetic, also expressing relationships with other people, as well as archiving experiences, because memory, the past and the present. And thinking about that, I was thinking about what an object can archive in terms of my experiences as someone that grew up in Ilford, and what I wanted to mean moving forward to my past, present, and future experiences.
when I was putting it on, I think the first initial feeling I had was, I don't know, it was kind of an excitement. It was obviously, we've been working with this for the past few months now, and just putting it on my ring, at first it was just like, would it fit? Would it, But no, it really made me like happy, ease, and kind of proud of like the whole process and the whole journey. And it just made me like, I'm actually been wearing it for the whole day already, and today's just the initial day, so I'm really just excited to have it with me throughout. Honestly, I thought the approval process was actually quite nice. To be honest, I actually saved the CAD image itself. I took a screenshot of it with my phone because it's just nice to see your drawings, which is, I'm not a great drawer. I actually did mine on a computer, and then see it on a CAD in 3D was just like, wow, this is so amazing. And yeah, I definitely had to keep a screenshot of it for reference and like have it in the future as well. So yeah, I thought the process was quite easy and quite assuring, to be honest, that the team in Kassandra has really helped me through it. Being part of this project actually made me realize I actually have more connection to Ilford and Redbridge than I initially thought. Previously when we started this, I thought it was just like a place for me to shop or take the train. And then having the conversation with the group, it made me realize I actually have core memories here from childhood, which I didn't realize, and I wouldn't have realized until we had this conversation on project. So I think that's kind of something that has grown over me, and now become more nostalgic of the place, which I actually would not expect myself to say at the beginning of this whole project itself.
As I came in and I saw the jewellery for the first time after I designed it, Ilford Me, I was blown away. It was a beautiful piece beyond my expectations. Yes, and I love it.
Because of my disability, I find it difficult to do clasps at the back. So part of the feature was joining it at the front and making a feature of the T-bar joins, so that I can connect it easily myself. Some of it I found really frustrating, and I was like pulling my hair out and thinking, oh God, I'm never going to do this. But you've really pushed me with the design and sort of getting more out of me, which has been, okay, yes, frustrating, and sort of like, oh no, I'm terrible. I got that feeling, I'm terrible. But then, sort of like, as I was pushing that a little bit more, it gave me so much more, and I was able to like produce a really lovely complex design. And so, although it was hard, thank you as well for sort of pushing me to get the best out of me for the design process. And it sort of gives me more to aspire to of what I can do with jewellery. I've made little bits, but on a much, much simpler scale, and I'm just at the beginning learning. So it's made me want to sort of push my skills forward even more, and sort of carry on with jewellery design myself. So that's been like an amazing experience. I'm so glad that I was chosen to participate. So thank you for that.